welcome to this video on my eToro review for 2022. Now, I have been using eToro for a couple of years now, and I want to say that I actually worked with them on a series of TikTok videos back at about this time last year. So I have worked with them in the past. This video is not a sponsored video, but I do have an affiliate link for them in the description. So if after watching this review you fancy them, I would appreciate it if you could use my link to sign up. So this is going to be my honest review. There are things that I love about eToro as a platform, and there are things that I don't like so much, or things that I would maybe be a bit cautious of. So welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. My name is Charlotte Jessup and I'm a financial educator. Through my various platforms, I teach people about how to budget, how to invest, how to make money, how to save money, and how to look after everything in between. If you like the sound of that, then please do hit the subscribe button. I put out 2 videos a week and I would love to have you join me. So I started using eToro mostly as a way to buy individual stocks. So I have a larger investment strategy that involves investing into funds, and the majority of my investments go there. But I started my eToro account because I wanted to invest specifically in some individual stocks that were ESG friendly. So I've been doing a series of videos on my channel about how I'm building my ESG portfolio through eToro, and I'm going to be continuing that series throughout this year. So if you're interested in ethical investing, I recommend that you go and check those out so you can see the sort of things that I have been choosing and my reasons for doing so. Now, I need to say here that I am not a financial advisor. I am not recommending this platform or any particular stocks or funds or anything like that. If you think that you want some advice with this, it's recommended that you go and speak to a financial advisor. This is just for educational purposes, and this is just my personal review of this product. So let's talk about eToro as a platform. So you can access this via a desktop, or they have an app that you can access too. I generally find that I flick between both. I quite like having the option to access it via a desktop. So sometimes I'm having those moments where I really want to get into my finances. Maybe I'm doing my budget or I'm checking my net worth. So I like being able to access the desktop version. But also I like being able to use the app to kind of check in every now and again. And I think it's probably the easiest place for me to just top up my account when I'm looking to buy new stocks. Now, eToro operates pretty much globally. There's a huge list of countries that you can access this platform through. So I'm obviously based in the UK, but they also have platforms like in the US, Australia, and various other countries around the world, and a lot in Europe too. Now, they do allow you to access stocks and ETFs. They also allow you to access crypto and CFDs, which are obviously much riskier products. Now, I need to state here that regarding CFDs, these are very dangerous, and actually you can find yourself losing or even owing money if you access them. eToro themselves place a warning right at the top of their website, and I'm just going to read that warning out to you now. So it says CFDs are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money rapidly due to leverage. 68% of retail investor accounts lose money when trading CFDs with this provider. You should consider whether you understand how CFDs work and whether you can afford to take the high risk of losing your money. So they are not for the faint-hearted, and definitely not something that I personally engage in. And if that's something you're interested in, then I recommend you go and do that research yourself. Now, that warning just applies to the CFD elements of it. But I really like the fact that eToro has some systems in place to kind of protect newbie investors. Now, I would not say that I'm super experienced. I'm not looking at all those charts and crunching all the numbers, despite my mathematician brain. That's not how I choose to invest. But they do provide a series of questions when you sign up that gauge your level of confidence, your level of experience, and that then is reflected in what they show you within the app. So if you have never invested in crypto or you've never tried trading with CFDs, then they are going to show you less of those products within the website. So like I said, you have to go through a series of questions to do this, but I actually like that they do that. It makes me feel a little bit safer, and knowing that they're kind of like looking after my best interests. They're not going to try and tempt me into, putting my money into something that's maybe not right for me. They also quite regularly tell me, because I use the platform for buying individual stocks, I quite often get a little message that pops up that says, oh, you're investing in just these individual stocks. We recommend that you invest in funds, which are like collections of stocks, individual stocks, kind of all in one bundle. And then we recommend that so as to reduce your risk. So I like these kind of like safety features that they put in there. Now let's look at the types of accounts that are available on eToro. Now, because eToro are a pretty much like global platform, they only really offer a general investment account. So with other platforms, you might have the options for like stocks and shares ISAs, lifetime ISAs, pensions and junior ISAs and all of that sort of thing. Well, you don't get that with eToro. There's just a general investment account. They do have a virtual account where they give you some money so you can like play around with the stock market and see if you're really good at it. But other than that, there's just the general investment account. So that means that any money that you put into these, and if they then go on to make money, that is going to be liable for tax. So you need to be aware of that when you sign up. Like I say, for me, this is kind of like an additional place where I can kind of, have a little more fun and invest in individual stocks. I have a stocks and shares ISA elsewhere where the majority of my investments go, but I do enjoy kind of picking stocks, doing a little bit of research, and just investing my money into some companies that I think are really doing good in the world or have the potential to provide a good return in the future. So let's have a little talk then about the minimum deposit. So over the years, the minimum deposit on eToro has been up and down, and it varies from country to country. So you may want to check out their website to see what the minimum deposit is in your area. Now, eToro is mostly US based, so this means that you're going to be paying in dollars. So all of the figures will be quoted in dollars. So you may need to do like a quick currency conversion in your head, or look online to see what that works out into your personal currency. Now in the UK at the moment, the minimum deposit is just $10. So that's sort of like £7 or £8, depending on where we're at with the currency conversion. Any future deposits after that though are $50. So the first one, you can put $10 in, they provide fractional shares, so you can, play around with a couple of companies that you maybe want to invest in. But then after that, you have to put $50 in for future deposits. So whilst we're talking about the numbers, let's have a little look at the fees. So if you're looking at investing into stocks on eToro, then there are very few fees. There's like no management fees, there's no transaction fees, no like brokerage fees. The only fee that you need to consider is the exchange rate. So like I say, you are going to be putting your money probably from your account that's in pounds into eToro, which operates in US dollars. So there is going to be a currency exchange fee to pay there. I will talk about that in just a minute. What I wanted to show you was that on this page, you can click across the links at the top. So you can look at the costs involved if you say wanted to invest in crypto or CFDs, and you can have a little look at an example. So here under the stock section, it shows you the example of how much it would cost you in fees to buy a particular amount of stock. And as you can see for this one, it's going to cost you $0. So let's have a look at those foreign exchange fees then. So as you can see on their website, they have this table of conversion fees. If you are investing from the UK, this works out at 0.5%. They use like 50 pips or percentage in points, which converts to 0.5%. Now you can see for different countries there are different amounts, so if you're investing from outside of the UK, you may want to check this table to see what the cost is. There are also some other fees that you need to consider. So for example, they charge you a $5 withdrawal fee. So what this means is anytime you make a withdrawal, they're going to take $5 off of that amount. I always recommend long-term investing anyway, but if you are the sort of person that likes to take your money out frequently, this may be a fee that you need to consider. I personally recommend leaving it in there for as long as you can and not making too many withdrawals so you don't incur this charge. There's also a $10 monthly inactivity fee. So if you haven't touched your account for 12 months, they will charge you $10 per month. If you decide that you don't want your account anymore, then it's probably best to relocate, move that elsewhere rather than pay that fee. But if you're using it regularly, then you can just continue and not worry about paying that inactivity fee. So to finish, let's have a little look at the aesthetics of the platform. Personally, this has like huge like trader, feels kind of like Wolf of Wall Street-y, and it kind of like puts me off a bit. However, I don't think I access this part of the platform too much. I'm not looking at these figures, I'm not looking at how much they're going up and down. Because I'm looking at the long term, I will do my research off of this platform and then I just go on there to buy the particular stocks that I'm interested in. They give you a reasonable amount of information. More serious investors and traders that are maybe looking for specifics will probably think that this doesn't provide enough information. And if you're a complete newbie, you probably think it provides too much. Like I say, I don't think it's like the best, but they do have some interesting features. There's a good social element to this platform. So you can have a look under like particular stocks and you'll be able to see information, things that other users have contributed, as well as news articles. So there is an element of being able to communicate with people and comment on how their portfolios are doing through this platform. They also have a feature called copy trading. So I have kind of like mixed feelings about this. Now you can use this to basically copy other people's trading, investing habits. So basically if they, buy a particular stock, you will then buy that stock. If they sell it, you sell it. Now this might be good for people who are starting out. Personally, I'm not sure I'd recommend it because I think that if you're not entirely sure what you're doing, then maybe you should go away and, watch a few more of my videos or do a bit more reading so you can learn these things for yourself. It could be good to watch how they are trading. You probably want to know a bit more about this yourself before you just go ahead and copy this stranger on the internet. Investing can be very personal. What works for one person, even if they feel like they're a lot like you, might not work for you personally. You need to kind of make your own decisions about risk and what you want to invest in. I talk a lot about ethical investing, and this is an important topic for me. So this is something that I consider a lot when I decide what I'm going to invest in. It could be that there's somebody out there whose morals and ethics around these sorts of things don't quite align with that. So if I was choosing to copy trade them, then it might not completely match up with what I'm happy with. You're going to have a different set of rules that works for you, but it's definitely something you might want to have a little look into. Have a look, see what they're doing, and it's an interesting feature, but probably not one that's going to suit everybody. If you have any questions when you're going through the sign up process, please do drop them below and I can get back to you and support you with that. Like I say, this is just my personal view on this. I hope it has been helpful for you. Please do check out my other videos in this series, particularly if you want to see the whole process of buying stocks. There is a whole section called my ESG portfolio. It's a full playlist full of my videos of the different stocks that I have picked. So please do go check those out too. Big thank you for watching. If you do want to sign up, don't forget that I have that link in my description, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.